good morning, good day, good life. This is Lorian Rowan. This is Surfing Vuzuvaya. This is my new bunny mug. Bunny, bunny. Ooh, look, I got a heart for a nose. It's the little things, my friend. This is actually quite little. And the little heart for a nose is super little. It's the little things. And the big things and the in-between things. So it's interesting because I've got to say, in the realm of consciousness, in the realm of people concerned and here for New Earth, here for the shift, we were so many of us had came from more isolated places where we were not surrounded by a lot of people with the same intentions as us, or it took us a while to find those. And still, the majority of our social experience and our cultural experience was of a different flavor than our own internal intentions and drive and our dreaming. And so we have, a lot of us have really big shoulders, and a lot of us have collapsed under the weight, to be honest. When we tried to carry the world on our shoulders, tried to drag the world with us to our vision, or carry as much as we could, you know? And many of us have collapsed under the weight, and maybe all of us have collapsed at different points in time. Yeah. Those of us that were really lucky found each other and helped each other get back up again, right? Because we're cells in the body of the planet. We're not here to be alone. Not in the human species, not in the mammalness, not in the things crawling around on the surface and the earth and as many other places as we can wiggle in. In the water, in the air, and wherever will allow us, I tell you. We are very curious creatures. So, I was in a Temescal yesterday, and I realized it had been the first time in a couple of years. I remembered the last time I only went 2 rounds too. This time I was sure I was going to do all this stuff, and what I did was I made a mistake that I have seen many times, and that when I was younger and I consciously conducted circles on a regular basis with the Circle of Witten, which I co-founded with my friend in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yay, Robin, I know you're out there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so brave Sir Robin. He actually is pretty brave. I might bring some coconut shells next time I see him, that one. See how brave he is. But that was a Monty Python reference, just in case you didn't catch that one. But, okay, where were we? So, in this circle, we used to regularly hold every full moon, equinox, solstice gatherings, and open gatherings for the public. And I have seen people set magical intentions that were way too big for them. And then, like, once, it wasn't our ceremony, it was another ceremony in the mountains. I saw someone make this huge declaration of intention. And he did not have a lot of time in building his capacity and practices for energy and magic. And he literally just collapsed. And it took us like 8 hours to get him back to consciousness, because magic is real, energy is real. And depending again on the capacity of the people, the space that they're in and the people that are holding the space, the amount of magic that can come in, and also just energetically who's paying attention, blah, 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 destiny of that person, bibbidi bobbidi boo, a million other factors, right? And so this guy was totally overwhelmed, and he was out for 8 hours. Like, he just collapsed in front of us, and with the highest point of energy in the ceremony, just went pshunk, and it was, and so this was a mistake. I was a bit of a dumbass last night, because I made this broad declaration of dealing with certain kinds of pain and sorrow. And I made the application of it so broad. So I was already overwhelmed by my own internal pain and sorrow, and I was looking for help with that. And instead, what I did is I made it all about all of this other pain and sorrow, and I was already overwhelmed with mine. So then I thought, it's a really great idea. I'll just call in all the pain and sorrow. Woohoo! Because, I can handle that. No, no, I could not. I was bent over, crying and moaning. I'm not even sure into the second round. But most of the second round, I was just a blibbity blob. So here's the fucking thing. We're here now. This is the Satya Yuga. We are not alone. We are not alone. We have each other. We have each other. We have support. We have all these techniques, all these talented beings, all these ancient tools and secrets that are all right here with us now. Right here. This is not the age of secrets. This is the age of blooming. This is the age of flowers. Come get your flowers, kids. Come get your flowers. Put down the burdens. Come get your flowers. They're growing. They're growing everywhere. Let the flowers come into your hand. Let the flowers surround you. Let bathe in the sweetness of the flowers. Love this. Love this in your life. Love yourself and know that it is not all on you. Put them down. It was very clear in the meditations as I was moaning and screaming with the writhing and the incredible pain that I had summoned, acknowledged within myself, and summoned into me from others. Great move that, eh? Highly recommend. No, that was sarcasm. That was sarcasm, just to be clear. Oh, don't need to. This is the thing. My ancestors, they've all already lived. Yes, there's the whole thing with concentration camps and blah, 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 wiping out, 90% of my family, bibbity bobbity boo. And that is very viscerally in the air for understandable reasons right now. Right? But I realized, and looking over the history, whether it be that this is the constant. When people talk that this is the hell realm, I don't really agree with that. It's not really my happy. I don't really focus on that. At the same time, I can see that this constant in and out pattern, that this social pattern has happened all over the world. In Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in North America, in South. We've been taking turns massacring each other for a long fucking time and just not into it. Not my game, kids. And at the same time, there is a lot of pain here and in ancestral pain. Anywho, yes, so that was definitely a resonant factor in my experience and definitely something I need to come to consciousness to decide what kind of action I'm going to take to help to be part of the action that changes and transforms this situation of genocide and massacre on the planet right now, right? That we can stop this, because I'm getting off of this hell plane bullshit. Here for the Satya Yuga, here for the shift. So in the shift, in the world of consciousness, we transform and transmute this. Right? Whew. And the good news is, it is not all on me. It is not all on you. It is all of us together. And that we do not need. So my ancestors did the work, lived their lives, have their own their own transformation, transmutation, have a lot of power. And I don't need to lift my ancestors up to heal them. I am here to invite and invoke my ancestors, your ancestors, all of the consciousness of the world that has survived and transformed and transmuted this dynamic in all time, space, and dimension on this planet, and allow it to surround and transmute us and all of the injustice on this planet. Let our ancestors lift us up, not us lifting them up. We don't need to hold up the wind. We don't need to do a handstand and say we're holding up the earth, guys. We can dance, dancing on the earth, knowing what is, not needing to take everything on, but sitting in trust with the consciousness of the planet, that the global consciousness and connecting with that consciously together is what is making this shift. Because this is the shift. This is the Satya Yuga. This is Lorian Rowan, surfing Vuzuvaya. I love you and I'm with you. Waxing our surfboard with the knowing and trust that we're dancing in the Satya Yuga. Meow.